Hi, Dan. Welcome to the show. Why don't we get started with you telling us a little bit about yourself and what you do at Zuora?
Sure, Tom. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited to tell you about some stuff we've got going on. I'm Dan Cerulli, and I lead the product management team for the Zuora platform. And the Zuora platform is the platform that we use to build the Zuora applications, Zuora Billing, Zuora Revenue, Zuora Collector, all built on the Zuora platform. We also give the platform to our customers and our partners as they take Zuora and extend it into the enterprise and hook it up with all the upstream systems, the downstream systems. And the Zuora platform also is the component that our customers use to ensure they get the most insights out of all that valuable data that's in Zuora.
So there's a lot of things going on with the platform, but the one I kind of want to drill in today is the area of system performance. And I know that's critical for our customers, it's critical for Zuora, especially as they're trying to scale, as their businesses grow. The amount of throughput and transactions can be incredible. So I wonder if you could talk to us a little bit about what you're seeing in terms of the need and where we're going in this area of system performance.
Well, when you look at the use cases that we solve for our customers, and you start to scale up into those B2C, B2anything use cases, you'll see that there are really some unique needs. And when you go from having hundreds to hundreds of thousands or millions of subscriptions, you have to do things a little bit differently. And you think about a B2B customer, they might only have a few thousand customers themselves. But when you get into those large volumes, all of a sudden you need to scale very differently. You need to be able to process hundreds of thousands of invoices every single day. You need to handle your payments as quickly as possible to get all the cash flow in. So that scale becomes very important, and we need to scale as our customers scale.
Right. If you're a company expecting to have things going through in a minute or an hour, and you've got millions of things, there's no room for error, there's no room for pause, there's no room for latency.
That's definitely right.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you and your team have been working on with what I hear is called the performance booster. What is this about, and how do we get to experience that boost?
So the performance booster is a module on Zuora platform, and it really unlocks the highest tier performance for our largest scale customers. It starts with a parallel processing engine, and this is an engine that uses some sophisticated techniques for taking really large jobs, breaking them up into discrete pieces, and then working on those discrete pieces in parallel.
So a job would just be like a set of payment transactions or a set of invoices to send or things like that?
That's right. I mean, all of our customers know what a bill run is, right?
Yes.
It takes that bill run and it turns it into a bunch of bill runs that it can do in parallel, and then uses parallel processing techniques to do them simultaneously. And it lets us take a very long job, break it into small pieces, and do all those at the same time. And the same is true for payment runs. But there's more to scale than just payment runs and bill runs. Our performance booster also includes increased API limits, API concurrency limits, because those customers that have the highest scale also have lots of customers of their own, and they might need to be hitting our APIs a lot more frequently.
Well, I want to have us have a chance to kind of get into all of those in maybe a tiny bit of detail, but could you go through a little bit more of like a specific use case or specific example to just get more of a feel of how it might be used in real life?
Yeah, I've got a couple examples of customers who are early adopters of this technology. We have a B2Any customer, and when I say B2Any, what I mean is they sell both to very large enterprises and individual customers. Now, this customer has our customer has millions of their own customers. Single-digit millions, but high single-digit millions.
Okay.
And some are billed annually, some are billed monthly, but they need to process hundreds of thousands of invoices every night. And they wanted to make sure that if they kicked off a bill run and they came in the morning, it was done. It used to be a long enough job that wasn't always true. they would come in the morning and they had so many invoices they were processing, that bill run would still be running. And now they're waiting to start their day and ensure that everything is right. So they turned on Performance Booster, and now they get that job done very quickly, and they can be ensured that they're not going to waste any actual work time the next day on that.
So that's pretty exciting. I kind of like the sound of that. I can imagine you're scaling up hundreds of thousands of invoices, millions of subscribers, thousands or millions of payments. You're going to want this because you're going to want it to go through reliably and quick to basically drive the billing operations, to maximize cash on your payments. It looks like you wanted to say one more thing, because I
want to talk about payments because...
Oh, okay. Well, let's talk about those.
So we have another interesting customer. They're B2C,
okay.
Pure B2C,
okay.
and they bill every single customer every single month, right? And for them, they don't bill every day. They don't take payments every day.
Okay.
They take payments at the end of the month, and it's
Got
very
it.
important on the end of the month, last business day of the month, close of business. They start their payment run, and it needs to be done by midnight to close the books.
Okay.
So they have a very defined window, and they need to get millions of payments done in that window. No ifs, ands, or buts. And for them, this was very critical, and using Performance Booster lets them ensure that payment run completes and they get that cash flow in so they can close the books starting at midnight.
Streamlined billing operations, rapid scale payments. It sounds exciting. I want to see it. Is it possible that we can look at it? Is there an actual rocket booster? How do you have to strap on a seatbelt? Like, how do you get at this thing?
I can't really show you this thing. It's like watching paint dry faster. However, I can do better than that because I can talk to you about the effects that this has happened.
Okay.
So I mentioned that we have some early adopters. And I'm going to show you now some data that we gathered as one of our customers adopted this technology. And here I can show a relatively interesting number. It's the number of invoices per hour we were processing. And as you can see, they've got a lot of invoices, and they were processing under 10,000 invoices per hour, right? And at their scale, it wasn't meeting it. And somewhere in the middle of month 7, we turned on Performance Booster. And as you can see, we got a tremendous jump in the number of invoices per hour. Now, this isn't a graph that you see in Zuora. However, there is something here that you do notice, and that's your bill run time. And as you can see, their bill run time went down dramatically in this time. So they went from taking literally more than 24 hours to complete a bill run, and they went down to taking just a few hours. So this is a customer that bill runs were taking forever. When they turned on Performance Booster, it had a huge change in how they worked.
So invoices per hour is up and to the right. Looks like it's almost 4 times as fast with a 4x boost, and then the amount of bill run time got cut even more dramatically. So I can see how this is very compelling. Throughput goes up, bill run time goes down. That is a pretty nice combination. Now, you mentioned earlier something about APIs, API concurrency. Is there some way we can get a feel for what that means?
Yeah, and I'll tell you why that's important too, because many of our customers use our APIs to integrate, but they also use our APIs for their customers. For example, a customer logs into their website and clicks on that My Account button and wants to see is their subscription active, right? How do they know that? Well, they hit the Zuora APIs. So as their customer base scales, they need to know that when they've got lots of customers that are in that website at the same time, they're still going to be able to load that My Account screen and get their subscription status. So for our customers who are using Performance Booster, we are increasing the API concurrency limits as well to ensure that they can provide that great subscriber experience to their customers.
Got it. So on the payments and the bill run, those are sort of the back-end processes. But then you have these like huge spikes of traffic. It could be around an event or a time of year or something else where the customers and subscribers are coming to their site. This also helps provide the added ability to basically handle those huge loads and those huge spikes of traffic.
And beyond Performance Booster, we also have Performance Booster Elite.
There's more?
There's just wait, there's more. Performance Booster Elite lets us dedicate even more hardware and computing power to the customer to guarantee an even higher quality of service across all of these metrics.
Wow. Well, I am persuaded that I need this for my little website, no, I probably wouldn't qualify. But if you are a company that's at scale, I could see why this would solve a whole lot of problems. Where my mind goes next is, when's it ready, and how can I get my hands on it if I am a Zuora customer today?
So the good news is that this is available now. This is generally available, and we have customers who are using it today. I already mentioned a couple of the use cases. This is a combination of technologies we've been using or developing for the last couple of years. We have dozens of customers who are using it. If this is something that is interesting to you, if you really want to change the way that you approach bill runs and payment runs and get these things done a lot faster, so you can change your business processes and really take advantage of it, you can talk to your CSM, you can talk to your account executive today, and we can look at what this would do for your company.
Well, I'm convinced, Dan, thank you. Performance Booster available now. One of the many things that are coming from the platform team and the Zuora platform. So thanks for being on the show, and can't wait to see what's coming next from you and your team, Dan.
All right, thanks for having me, Tom.